Hi, I'm Jeanette, and welcome to this week's breathing class where you will learn to improve your health and vitality and strengthen your mind-body-breath connection. I'm really excited about this week's class, so let's get started. Just a reminder about setting yourself up for your breathing practice. It's useful to put a folded blanket or some towels underneath your bottom. This lifts you up in your seat and makes it easier for you to keep your back straight. You really need to have your feet flat on the floor. And if your home is warm enough, please do this practice barefoot, as that can be even more encouraging to bring your awareness into your body. Now, if you are able, it's a really good idea to bring yourself forward in the chair for your breath practice so you're not collapsed and leaning into the support of the back of your chair, right? So if that is really uncomfortable for you, I do encourage you to go ahead and lean back for comfort, but use something behind you so that you can have the support of your chair, but you can also keep your spine straight, right? We want to try to find that neutral spine in the sitting position. This is going to make the breath flow a lot easier, and it'll actually help you improve the strength of your spine over time. So those of us who are seated forward in the seats, you also have the option of leaning back from time to time to take a break. That's a good idea too. If the back gets tired, let it have a break. It's no big deal, right? So with all that out of the way, now we're ready to get started. And I'm just going to take a look at my notes. And yes, today we're going to start with some really basic, easy movements. And this is just going to get your breath flowing with your body, right? We want to bring the breath and the body together because the body does the breathing and the breath feeds the body. So we'll start with the right arm. I'd like you to just inhale and sweep your right arm out to the side like this, and exhale, bring it in, okay? We'll do that 10 more times on this side. Inhale, the arm goes out. Exhale, the arm goes in. And this is a graceful flowing movement. You can feel free to move your head. If you like to, you can even close your eyes and imagine that you're listening to some fantastic, relaxing music. You're maybe even conducting an orchestra. You might be imagining that you're moving through water, or anything else that makes you feel right at home, right at peace, okay? And now we'll switch to the left hand. Inhale, the left hand goes out to the side, and exhale, it comes back in. We'll do that 10 more times on this side. Sometimes I like to think about a field of wheat, and I'm sitting there in the field of wheat, and I'm just running my hand over the wheat. Wonderful. Okay, so let's talk about opening up the body with a little bit more movement, okay? Other parts of the body. Place your hands right at the tops of your thighs, as close as you can to your body. And we're going to roll the right shoulder back and roll the left shoulder back. So we can do one shoulder at a time, and this is a good way to bring a really gentle twist into the upper back. Start working loose those shoulder muscles, which is going to have the effect of helping your rib cage move more easily. And let's add the breath. So we're going to inhale, roll. Exhale, relax that shoulder down. Inhale, shoulder comes up and back. Exhale, down. Okay, 2 more times on each side. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale down. Good. All right, both shoulders at the same time. Now we're stretching out the chest a little bit more. Inhale up and back. Exhale down. Inhale up and back. Exhale down. Inhale up and back. Exhale down. Good. So press your hands into your thighs here. Keep your elbows pointed behind you so the elbows aren't really like this, right? They're kind of right up against your body. Take a breath and exhale as you push into your thighs. Bring the shoulders down. And think about your spine growing up towards the sun, like these beautiful snap peas we have in the garden in the spring, or possibly a fern reaching up from the forest floor all the way, trying to get to the top of the canopy there. And release. Good. So we're going to do that again, and this time we're going to add squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. This is just getting the breathing apparatus warmed up, okay? Stretching out the chest so that the rib cage can move a little easier. So press into your thighs, keep your elbows pulled into your sides, and squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Feel that chest stretch and press into your thighs and grow tall while you're stretching your chest. Good. Right. So now we're releasing that and we're ready to open up the sides of the rib cage, okay? So I'm going to invite you to do this move any way that feels right for you. I know a lot of people have shoulder things going on or back things, and I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable here. So first thing we're going to do is inhale the arm up. Right, and if it doesn't go all the way up, that's fine. You can even try maybe doing it like this. That might work for you too, right? We're going to reach up, and then if it feels okay, we're going to lean over just a little bit, and we're just trying to stretch a little bit right here. Now notice if your body wants to collapse forward like I'm doing now, okay? Bring the arm down. We're going to try that again. Inhale the arm up, and keep that shoulder pulled back as you lean over. Yeah. Take a breath into this side of your chest and bring it down. Good. We'll do the other side twice, just like we did on the first side. So inhale, the arm goes up, reach tall, lean over, and bring it down. Okay. One more time. Inhale the arm up, reach tall, and lean over. Good. Bring it down. Now, it's time for us to think about the breath and where it's going in the body. So I'm going to have you use your two fingers and put your fingers on your hip bones right in the front there, right about there. Okay, you should feel that. And then walk them in slightly to the soft part just inside those bones. And now take a breath, and as you exhale, pull your belly in, and you should feel the flesh under there getting a little bit tighter, okay? A little bit of muscular contraction happening, and this is your transversus abdominis. This is a muscle that's really important for stabilizing your spine and your pelvis as you do all the things that you do in life. And it's also good to stabilize your breath. So as we exhale, we want to feel that coming in, just getting in touch with this muscle, right? And if you're thinking, well, there's just so much tissue there, I can't really feel anything happening under there, I'm going to invite you to imagine that you're feeling that. And whether it's happening or not is not really important. You're developing the awareness and the connection between the body and the mind and the breath. So use the visualization to make that happen. Take a breath, and as you exhale, pull the belly in, feel that muscle get stronger, or imagine that you feel it getting stronger, and picture that muscle moving in towards the center. Good. And then release that. So now let's get in touch with the bottom of the rib cage. Place your hands on the bottom of your rib cage, right around your, just kind of just above the waist, yeah? And we're going to breathe and try to make the hands move out to the sides as we breathe. So inhale and exhale. right away you'll see if they're moving or not. If they're not moving, try over the next few breaths to encourage that movement. Let your rib cage move out to the sides as you inhale and back into the center as you exhale. Good. Now, when your rib cage moves out to the sides like this on the breath, that is a sign that your diaphragm is moving, and we want that diaphragm moving every time you take a breath because that is one of your main breathing muscles. So if the rib cage is moving, the diaphragm is moving, this has a positive impact on every aspect of your health and well-being. Let's bring the hands up to the top of the chest. This is really important because so many of us breathe in the upper chest. And you'll see that when you inhale by the shoulders coming up, the chest coming up, the collarbone maybe moving up, and the neck muscles getting tight. So take a few breaths and notice if that's your pattern here. Awareness is the key. Awareness is everything. So if that is your breathing pattern, this upper chest and neck breathing pattern, let's use the next few breaths to consciously focus on breathing down into the rib cage and the bottom of the rib cage and letting this stuff stay still. Now, naturally, it'll move a tiny bit at the end of your exhale, but it should be almost imperceptible. All of the work that your neck muscles do to help you breathe should be happening in the background, should be not really noticeable, right? So just a few minutes to breathe here and notice the neck and the chest and the shoulders. So just so you know, so you can have even greater awareness, this upper chest and neck breathing pattern is associated with forward head posture. It's associated with anxiety, stress, and inflammation. So there's actually a study that showed breathing without, with keeping this stuff still can alleviate neck pain and increase neck range of motion. So there's your motivation right there to do your breathing practice, okay? As if you needed more motivation, right? Okay, so let's move on to breathing into the different parts of the rib cage. So we're really working the body today in a conscious way. And I'm going to have you inhale, open your arms like this. And exhale, bring them closed like you're hugging a beach ball or a tree, okay? So inhale, open, and feel a chest stretch, and exhale, close. So what we're doing here as we inhale and stretch that chest, we're making more space for the lungs to expand in the front of the body. Try to keep your shoulders down here. Your shoulder blades should be down, melting down your back. Okay, and one more. Good. So now let's talk about that side rib again. This one's going to use a little bit more of our imagination than actual stretching. Okay, so hold your hand up somewhere where it's comfortable, right? And if that's not comfortable at all, just use your imagination. Picture openness in this side of the rib cage. And as you breathe, inhale, picture that side of your rib cage. We're working on the right side this time. Picture that side of your rib cage puffing up and coming back down. So you can do this with your hand. It's going to help your body memorize that pattern of going out on the inhale and in on the exhale. So if you're holding your arm up, it looks like this. So imagining that armpit area just growing bigger as we inhale and coming back in as we exhale. You can go back to that fluid movement. Think about moving through water or any other idea that sparks your interest in your mind. Good. Last one. Good. Okay, so let's try that on the other side. Want to do a few, yeah, I got a few thumbs up. They want to stretch the shoulders first. Okay, so we'll just do a few shoulder rolls. Pull those shoulders up and drop them down like that. Let's try that 2 more times, all right? Because it's usually better after the first. Pull them all the way up and drop them. 1 more time. Okay. Now we're ready for the left side. So we've got our positioning set up, and inhale, open the chest, exhale, close. We're just picturing that left side of the rib cage under the arm growing as we inhale and coming back as we exhale. The imagination is such a powerful tool. Such a powerful tool. You can use your imagination to create reality in your body. It's a really good way of communicating with your body because the body doesn't really have language, right? But there is communication from the brain into every cell. And we can use sensation, imagination, and visualization. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, that side of the chest grows. Exhale, it comes back in. Okay, we're done with that one. I know that was a lot of holding the arms up. So, good. Moving on, we're going to work that back body, okay? So, bring your feet a little bit in front of you so that the ankles are right underneath the knees. And if you have a really tight back or you know that you have back issues, I'm going to invite you to take your feet really wide. That's going to make this easier for you, okay? And then what you do is you bring your elbows down onto your knees, okay? And you can interlace your fingers if that's comfortable for you, not required. And drop your head. Rest here for a second. Now, while we're here, we have the opportunity to expand the back of the rib cage. So we do that, of course, with the breath. Take a breath into your upper back, please. And let it out slowly like you're breathing through a straw. Good. You'll notice that I stretched that breath out as long as possible. So I'm inviting you to do that on the next and all subsequent rounds. Inhale into your upper back, and as you exhale, blow through that straw. Now, as you inhale next time, really bring some attention into the sideways expansion of your upper back. We want to feel those ribs pulling away from the center. And exhale through your straw. Good. Inhale and feel the entire back puff up like a cobra, like the hood of a cobra, or like a parachute, okay? Like your rib cage is a big parachute. Puffing it up really big, and exhale. Good. So I'm noticing my neck right now. So I'm going to choose to sit like this with my head up. And you can do that too if the neck isn't really happy with the head hanging from it. Okay. But if you're liking hanging the head, then please continue. All right. But we're going to do one more breath here and inhale into that upper back and exhale. So, hands on the knees, come back up. Good job. So the reason the back of the body is so important with breath is that we have 70% of our lung capacity behind the heart, right? So let's make the most of that. Let's really use as much of the lung as we possibly can. So let's move on now to something a little bit more breathy. I don't know if that's possible. Anyway, we're moving on. So we're going to inhale and bring the breath up. Exhale, push the breath out. We're using that straw breath again. Now, your legs can still be wide if you like them like that, or you can bring them in, whatever your preference is for this one. It doesn't really make that much difference, okay? So inhale, the breath and the hands come up. Exhale, push it out. Well done, all right? Take a break, breathe normally. I think this is a good time to remind you that if you ever feel dizzy in your breathing practice, it's time to take a break. The idea is never to become dizzy. In fact, you're not getting the benefit of the practice if you do that. So when that happens, dizziness, lightheadedness, tingling in the lips is a good sign that it's time to take a break. Even tingling in the fingers can be a sign for some people. So the next breathing exercise is, the 3-part inhale. So we did this last week, and this is really good for expanding your inhale. So lung capacity, think stretching out the lungs on the inside. So it might be a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. But again, dizziness, not okay. Lightheadedness, not okay. Pain, no, not okay. A little discomfort, a little bit of effort and work, yes, that's what we're going for. So a reminder with this exercise, it's way too easy for people to do the like that. Try to avoid that. In fact, if you put a mirror in front of yourself, that might help you get a visual cue to help keep that under control. And we're trying to breathe down deep. Don't stress too much if you're new and the shoulders and the neck really just want to come up. Continuous awareness, continuous practice is the key to success, okay? So take it easy on yourself. Don't get frustrated. We're going to start with breathing in 3 times, holding it briefly, and then letting it out slowly. And I'll show you a breath. It looks like this. You'll notice I use the shushing sound on the exhale. I invite you to try that out too. It helps you to slow down that exhale. Letting the breath out of the lungs in a controlled way increases the muscular control of your breath. All right, so let's try. We're going to do 5 breaths with the 3-part inhale. And then you'll have the option of doing 5 breaths either with the 3-part or 4-part if you're feeling like you can increase that, right? So let's begin now. All right, let's take a breath. All right, we're going to start up again, either 3-part or 4-part inhale. Ready? 5 more breaths. Good. All right. Rest for a moment. All right. You guys are doing great. Give me a thumbs up if you're okay. All right. Everybody's good. Glad to hear it. Okay. So I'm now going to take us into, oh yeah. Well, we did the 3-part inhale. We've got to do the 3-part exhale. Okay. What I love about this one, what's not to love? There's a lot to love. Okay, so we'll just get started. We'll jump right in. It's the breathe in, exhale, exhale, exhale. Okay, and I'll demonstrate one breath so you can see. I don't know if you can hear me breathing or not, but maybe you can. If you can't, I think you get the point. Most people get this one. It's pretty simple. Let's just jump right in. So we'll start with 5 breaths, 3-part exhale. Inhale, exhale, hold, exhale, hold, exhale, hold, or not exhale, hold. The third one, you just let it all out. And then we're going to inhale again. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Okay. Relax. Breathe normally. Now we're jumping into that same exercise. You can do the 3-part exhale or you can do the 4-part exhale. I feel myself calming down so much already. How are you guys doing? Yep, I'm getting lots of thumbs up. Good. All right, so now we're doing the second round. 3 or 4, you choose. Okay, relax and breathe in. Breathe normally. Now let's come back to that awareness of where the breath goes in the rib cage. And think about, is it a little bit easier now for you to breathe down into the bottom of the rib cage and not at the top in the neck and the shoulders? So bring the hands to the ribs. Take a few breaths here. Close your eyes. Pay attention. Good. We'll bring the hands up to the chest and see how the chest is moving. Okay, so the question was, is the chest staying still more easily? Is the bottom of the rib cage expanding more easily now after having done some breathing practice? And usually it is. It's a little bit easier. It might not have changed completely, but usually it's a little easier. And, yes. It's time for our closing. We're going to sing a little and then we'll be done. Ready? Using your voice is so important for your breath. Singers will tell you there's a really important relationship between the breath and the voice. Obviously, right? That's how they do what they do. It's also important because it relaxes the nerves that are responsible for your heart and lung health and the health of just about everything else in your body, including your stress response. So jumping right in, the words are Satanama. I wanted to keep it really simple for you. And don't worry about what they mean. They're just syllables. But what we're doing is we're going to try to stretch them out. And we can use the hand to coordinate the brain and the body together. So it looks like this. Join me when you're ready, okay? Satanama, Satanama, Satanama. And you're trying to do this as many times as you can without inhaling. So you're trying to stretch it out. Remember to use your belly for that, okay? Remember pulling the abdominals in, feeling them engage when you were exhaling? That's what we're using here. Ready? Satanama, 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 Satanama. Well done. You all sound amazing. I'm so glad you're singing with me. It feels great. I actually sang in choir in high school, so this is really special for me. It's like a walk through memory lane. Thank you for joining me for breath class. Let's close with a really simple gratitude awareness. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take a breath into your belly and into your heart. Let it go slowly. And think about at least one thing that makes you happy, because happiness is the same thing as gratitude. When we are happy, we're grateful. When we're joyful, we're grateful. I am happy that I get to teach breathing to you today. I'm happy that I feel so good when I breathe, and I'm happy and grateful and thankful for you spending your time with me. So thank you. From my heart to yours, may you be well and have a wonderful week. Please replay this video every day for maximum benefit, okay? And if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe and visit my website, JeanetteConnery.com, so you can view information about how to attend this class every week. You can also find information about my Spine Care Foundations class, the safe and effective way to move your body and alleviate back pain, even if you have serious spinal injuries. That's JeanetteConnery.com. See you next time.